Welcome, everyone. It's the Sit Down with Slick Vic. I got a very special guest today, coming all the way from Armor MMA in Alief, Texas, the SWAT. I got Agrimar dos Santos is the one of the trainers here. He does Muay Thai and Jiu Jitsu.
Just
Um,
Muay Thai.
just Muay Thai, aka Cyborguinho. Some of us might know him as Mini Cyborg. Thank you for coming on the show, man. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Vito. A pleasure to be here and talk to you.
So right now you're working as an instructor, but let's kind of talk about your beginnings. Like how did your whole MMA career or your love for MMA start? You're originally from Brazil?
Yeah,
What
I'm
part of Brazil?
Rondonópolis, Mato Grosso,
Okay.
and I started to train when I'm almost 15 years old, cause my brother he started to train, and he started to incentive
Mm-hmm.
me to start to train like him.
Oh, okay. He kind of motivated
He
you.
motivated me, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And when I'm 15 years old, and I start to train kickboxing
Mhm.
on my city, and like 4 years later, I moved to another city, and I started to train Muay Thai and kickboxing and Jiu-Jitsu there.
Your brother is a evangelista, right?
Yes, Evangelista Cyborg.
Yeah, he had a pretty. I saw him on TV fight a lot. He had a pretty big career. Seeing him have all that success, talk a little bit about, he got you into it. What got him into it? Was it part of the family? Was he the first one, or maybe did your dad train too?
No, my brother, he's the first one.
Okay.
Just me and him from my family do MMA or kickboxing or martial arts.
Martial arts. Mhm.
Yes.
So, and I know it's very big in Brazil, right? Very popular, the
Yeah.
MMA. At what point did you decide that you were ready to come to the United States, or what was the decision behind coming to the United States?
My brother, he's came first
Mhm.
to San Diego, California, with his ex-wife, Chris Cyborg.
Okay.
And 2 years later, I decided to move to here,
Okay.
to USA to teach like whether I land there in Brazil and a fighter. That's when I moved to here in 2012,
Hmm.
and to be a fighter and a trainer.
Okay. So you moved to California. Is that where you lived at first, in California?
No, here, Houston.
Oh, Houston's
Yes.
the first place you came to.
Yes, the first place.
What is some of the differences that you saw between Brazil and coming to Houston?
It's very different culture,
Mm-hmm.
and Brazil is hard because they have a lot of fighters there,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't have like they have a motivation like USA. Here you go everywhere. Here you can have a fight. You can get a sponsor. You can have a lot of things.
Oh, there's like
And then
more opportunity.
Exactly, and there have to work hard. You have to train hard. You have to go to school, do a lot of things. So it's hard to hear. To USA.
So you like USA better, or?
You say
Yeah.
like in some parts, yes. You
Mhm.
know, it's hard when you move to different country, different culture when you're 30 years old. Like in
Oh
my
yeah,
case,
yeah.
you know what I mean? You want to move young, it's better, but when you're 30 years old, it's a little bit hard. But they have a good and bad parts. You know, it's like here for me.
Yeah, I can only imagine the culture shock.
Yeah.
Growing up somewhere for 30 years.
Yeah.
I think so. Did you know any English when you moved over here?
No English, no Spanish a little bit.
Because it's very similar to Portuguese,
It's similar,
right?
yes.
So you come over at 30. Had you already fought before, or did you make your first fight here? You made it was
No,
here, right?
No, there in Brazil.
In Brazil?
I make the 3 fights in Brazil, vale todo.
Okay.
And
How old
here,
were you when you had your first fight?
first fight, I think it's at 23 or 24.
22, 24.
Yeah. This is
Okay.
2004, my first fight.
And Vale Tudo, it's no gloves, right? Bare knuckle.
They start with no gloves, like bare knuckle, but later they start to use MMA gloves,
Okay.
4 rounds, and but the rules is a little bit hard.
Do they have the knees on the ground?
Knees, yeah,
knees on the ground, right?
Knees on the ground. You can step over to the head.
The stomp. Yeah.
Just no elbow. That's the only thing.
No elbows. Yeah,
No.
I think those are better rules because elbows, they do a lot of cutting. You know, I think with the knees, you get a quicker knockout.
Yeah.
And it makes people have to defend themselves.
Exactly.
You know, some people, they just put their hand down.
Mhm.
Oh, now you can't knee them because their hand is a downed opponent.
I think it's much better now than before.
What do you mean? The rules?
MMA rules is better than Vale Tudo.
Okay.
You know.
So you don't like Pride? I like Pride rules.
Yeah, I like I like it, but I talk about the fighters, you know, and because you can get a heart injury, you know, like
Yeah.
imagine you on the floor and somebody step on your head. You know
Yeah,
what
no, I mean, I saw Vanderlei Silva do that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And now they protect more of the fighter, you know. Like now you look like sports.
Yeah,
you
no,
know?
that's true. That's why they did that. You know,
Yeah.
because they feel like that is too barbaric.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So you come over here already have. How did those fights go in Brazil? What was your record over there in Brazil?
There's like 1-2.
1-2.
Yeah.
Okay. Were you mainly a jiu-jitsu guy, or I mean, actually you were a Muay Thai guy, right? Mainly.
Yeah. I prefer to do like strike,
Mhm.
but I trained there luta livre in Brazil,
Mhm.
and some jiu-jitsu. I got my blue belt in 2006,
Oh, nice.
but I don't like training with gi. You know, I like no gi. I wanna.
Yeah, it's I think it's more practical. you
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
Especially you get caught in a real life situation. No one's going to be wearing a gi in real life, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So you come over here after a fight in Brazil. I mean, what's that like, man? Being in front of an audience. I know it's one thing to train or like do like sparring in a gym with your team, right?
Yes.
That's one thing.
Yeah.
But then fighting in front of strangers, you know, that's a little bit different, right?
Yeah.
Talk about the first time you had your first fight. Like how what would you compare that to? What was that feeling like?
When you're there on the ring, you don't see
don't see
anything
anything?
outside. You know,
You're
your
just
focus is
focused?
just there on your opponent. You don't see anything. You just heard your coach and they look just at your opponent. That's it. So,
Were you a little nervous? Were you a little?
yeah, for sure.
For sure, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think you can have like a 20, 30 fight. You still have the code thing here on your body. Do you know what I mean? It's not like a fright, but you know.
Yeah, it's got to be. I mean, it's like I mean, I've been in like street fights, and those were incredible. Your heart's just beating real fast. So I can only imagine having to do that with somebody who's who's been practicing. He's not some just regular person. He's trained.
Exactly.
You know? So you have to be very, very focused.
Exactly, for sure.
You know? So you come over to America. What organization did you fight over here?
My first fight here, I have a bad luck on my first fight here. I think that the event name is called Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
was it here in Houston?
Yeah, I think it's in Houston. I don't know because when I moved to here, like I fight 2 weeks after I moved to here.
So you don't know what you were like. Oh, you got money for me? Okay, let's do this.
Yeah, I came with the fight. So somebody gave me the fight, and I came here to wait for the fight.
Okay.
And I heard somebody in Brazil training wrestling like 2 months before I came to SA. I moved to here, and I'm doing the warm up on the backstage before my fight, and that hurts my knee bad. 20 minutes before my fight, and
man.
and I was bad for like 6 months.
Did you still fight?
No, I
Oh,
can't. I hurt my meniscus,
oh no.
and I tried to do the surgery here, but it is too expensive, like
Yeah.
$20,000.
Yeah.
It's like
So was it what, a torn? A torn? Was it torn?
yeah,
Or?
yeah. My meniscus is like
Oh man.
is out, and I waited for 6 months, and I back to Brazil,
Hmm.
and I did the surgery there. I have some friends there. They helped me a lot.
How long after the surgery? Was it your right knee or your left knee?
Right knee.
Right knee.
Yeah.
How long after the surgery before you can kind of start moving around? And
To back to train like a 2 months.
2 months.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's a quick recovery nowadays.
Yeah,
Huh?
for meniscus is
Yeah.
not too hard like the LC
Oh, MCL.
MCL. Yeah.
That's a little bit tougher.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's good. That and how long ago did that happen?
They 2012.
So it was a while ago.
Yeah.
How are you?
10
How's your
years.
movement now?
No,
You
it's
pretty-
no, it's good.
it's
100% good. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. How many fights? So you had 3 fights in Brazil, and how many fights
I
did
have
you
a
have here?
oh, sorry. I have this one here.
Oh, just one over
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
And how old were you when you had that 5 years ago, or how old were you when you had your last fight?
2013.
2000.
My last fight.
So 8 years ago.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
like 31, 32 on this time.
Okay. What made you decide to say, you know what, that's my last fight. I want to do training.
I try back train, but before the fight, the fight what I had here, I had a car accident,
Oh man.
break my leg, like 3 months later after I got the surgery on my knee, and I stayed like for 1 year,
Wow.
1 year break, and I got the opportunity to do the fight on Legacy, and I lost by knockout, but but after this fight, I still keep training, but I have a lot of injury,
Yeah,
a lot of thing on my body, so.
and it's painful, huh?
Yeah, and it's hard to, a lot of problem, like 5 surgery. I had a surgery on my shoulder, and then the knee, on my leg, so that makes a little bit sad, and because it's hard to train.
Yeah, no, I mean that's somebody who spends most of their life training for. I'm sure when you were young, you probably like to play sports, right? Maybe you play soccer or
Yeah, I play soccer.
So
yeah.
you enjoy that rush, running
Yeah.
around, sweating, exerting energy, power, quickness. It's something you can't get doing anything else. There's nothing else like it, and to not be able to do it anymore. That's hard. I know with me, I get pains, back pain, neck pain, and I can only imagine what you go through or fighters go through when they get really major injuries with like a torn meniscus or something along those means. So this episode of the podcast is brought to you by The Ranch Houston, comprised of Ashe Yoga and Wellness, The Garden Project, and The Mill HTX, is an intentional, conscious organization created for adults to connect to an inclusive community through art, food, nature exploration, and movement, and for school-age children to empower themselves through education on sustainability and edible gardening. It is run by Tamika Caston-Miller and Lenny Caston-Miller. Highly recommend it. Y'all go get your stretch on, get your garden on, and just go out there and meet some good people and have a great time. We are also brought to you by Apparel Up, the leading custom apparel provider in Houston, Texas. They help customers represent their brand correctly with high-quality, long-lasting custom apparel. Whether you're in need of embroidered scrubs for your medical practice, embroidered polos for your nationwide enterprise, or screen-printed shirts for your sports team, they got you covered. They are dedicated to providing you the highest quality of screen printing and embroidery service, run by the very talented Jennifer Franco. Get your embroidery on from Apparel Up. When did you get involved with coaching? Did you always want to do that, or did that just kind of happen because of your career kind of coming to an end shorter than you wanted?
No, I started before that in Brazil.
Okay, you
I
were
still like a
training
training
already.
because there I'm just training, teaching class and training for a fight. So
Yeah, different
that's my
different
job.
things. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, do you train fighters too, or?
yeah, training fighters there like students, beginners, and everybody, you know, and
Everybody.
they train for fights.
Hmm.
And when I moved to USA, I moved to here to teaching class.
What do you like most about being an instructor? About that, just that whole vibe when you're seeing a fighter develop from a young age to an older age.
So I like when you start training somebody who don't know anything about martial arts, you know,
Right.
and like 2 or 3 years later, you see him in the ring or the cage fighting.
Uh-huh.
This is make you feel like
Very
happy.
proud, huh?
Exactly, you know.
Like your kid, right?
Exactly. I had some kids when I like in 2013,
Mhm.
2013 start training for me. Now he's a big guy now, and some guys is move or some, you know. I still have some information about the kids. You know, he's already man. Or
Right.
some is still training, and some like do something different. You know.
Um, yeah, I mean, it's got to be very rewarding to see somebody learn so much,
Hmm.
come a long way.
Yeah.
So, last year was the pandemic, COVID. Um, how long have you been at this gym?
Here since
Yeah.
it's 2020.
Okay,
Yeah,
so last year is when you
yeah.
started.
We work at the gym like February,
Oh man, that's like the worst.
February, March, I think, and
Right before COVID.
yeah, yeah.
Oh man.
We were open for 2 months and it was good here.
Oh
Like
yeah.
a 40, 45 students
Uh-huh.
in 2 months. Then came
Yeah, pandemic.
the pandemic and they had to
Pe-
close.
oh
And a
man.
lot of people like, yeah, like be
Yeah,
scared
yeah.
because it's, you know, they don't know, they don't want to get close to a lot of people, you know.
Right. Oh yeah, this is
Yeah, the people
very.
still scared about that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. It's something that I'm sure you've never experienced something like this.
Yeah,
This is
nah.
very a
People
very
from nobody.
yeah. um, what has this because I'm sure with the business closed, what were the kind of things you were doing to kind of fill your day since you couldn't do the classes?
Yeah, this just closed for like 2 months,
Uh-huh.
but on these 2 months I had some private classes,
Okay.
and I make some money doing like a food delivery.
Okay.
It's hard to stop like 100%. You know,
Right.
nobody can stay like 2 or 3 months like
Yeah, with nothing.
exactly. They're hard, so you have to do something. You know, that's what I did on the time. Did some private class and
The food.
yeah, food
That's
delivery.
that's fun, right? Is it
Yeah,
fun?
it's good.
I
You
did. I
always
did.
move all day, you know.
I delivered pizzas
Hmm.
when I was younger, and what I used to like is that I worked as a waiter, right,
Hmm.
for many years. So sometimes I would get a better tip delivering a pizza
Yeah,
than I would as a waiter.
yeah,
And all you do is just hand them, here you go, and they give you $20 or
yeah,
$10.
yeah,
I'm like, I'm just giving you food, but
yeah.
thank you though.
Man, have a good tip on this
Yeah,
word.
they appreciate it. Um, so uh, what have you done in terms of like uh, just like dealing with everything that's been going on, with communication with your family, because you have people in Brazil.
Yeah,
Um, is that something that you have done more now, more like Zoom calls, video calls, maybe FaceTiming, to kind of keep track of your family? Because I'm assuming a lot of your family is still over there in Brazil, right?
yeah. Oh, my whole family is there.
Okay.
Yeah, my brother was here before, and but he back to Brazil because he have a little baby there.
Oh yes, sir.
Yeah, and he planning to come back to USA, but not for now. But yeah, I was talking to my family every day.
Every day.
Every day. My mom, my dad, my sisters, brothers.
Yeah, I think this is a good time to um, just kind of check in on our family,
Exactly.
especially because we don't know what's going to happen, and things are, especially as Americans, we only think about what's happening in my state or what's happening in my country. But if you got family in other parts of the world, like what's going on over there,
Yeah.
they might not have access to certain things. I know the vaccine has been hard to find in some countries because America bought so many.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I think this time has been a good opportunity to just kind of check in on our families and people all over the world. So, what are some of your plans, man? Like I know right now you're you're doing the training here at Armor MMA. First of all, how did you hear about this place? How did you get involved with Armor MMA?
Yeah. Carlos.
Los, yeah, I know Los.
Oh.
How'd you meet Los? Carlos, how'd you meet him?
Oh, Carlos.
Yeah.
Oh, long time ago,
Oh no.
He started to. We had a MMA gym in the Highway 6 in Bel Air.
Okay.
He had a shooter box, Team Cyborg, and he started training for us there.
Oh, okay.
And he was like back and forth, but he always there for us, like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. And I met with him, and he told me about he had the plan to open the gym,
Right,
and
right.
I say, all right, let's do it.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah, and he had the plan and they have everything. I said, like, come on, let's do it. And
yeah, and here it is.
yeah,
Yeah, I've known Carlos for a long time too. It's just kind of funny. Now he has his own gym. Um, I definitely encourage everybody to check it out. What so is it you offer Muay Thai and Jiu Jitsu here? What are the classes that are offered here?
yeah, you have we offer now Muay Thai and Jiu Jitsu, and we started with the black belt. His name is Rodolfo, but he's in Brazil now. I think he's come back to USA soon. But now I
Okay.
have another coach here. His name is Jay. He's a very good coach too. And
And you do the Muay Thai?
the Muay Thai, yeah,
Okay.
3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
6:30 to 8:30.
6:30 to 8:30 in the morning, 10 a.m. to 11 to 12 noon.
Very nice. So you mentioned earlier. You said you used to work at a Shudo box gym, or you said something about Shudo box with Cyborg?
Yeah, no, we opened a gym there. I started to work at the gym before.
Uh-huh.
Is a Go team before,
Okay.
and but the owner we buy the gym, and he just changed the name. I put a shooter box, Team Cyborg.
Oh, okay. I thought you were with that gym. You weren't with that gym, right?
I was there before.
Right,
This is
but
my
it-
first gym here.
Okay. But then somebody else came
Yeah,
in.
exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Your brother had a pretty long career. He fought a lot of events. I remember. Well, what was it like? He's your older brother, right?
No, he's not the older.
No, but he's older than you.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah, 4 years. Yes.
What was it like seeing him having all that success and being in those events? Was that something that you were like, wow, look at that, that's amazing that he's able to do that?
Yeah, it feel good. I feel good, bro. Like everybody on the world know who is him.
Yeah.
And, on the martial arts, and I feel good.
Where did the name Cyborg come from?
When he started to do kickboxing,
Uh-huh.
he started doing some fights, and his name is like Evangelista, and
That's his real name, right?
yeah, he's a real name. And he woke up one day and say, I need a nickname.
Uh-huh.
And they say, and he have a dream. His dream, he's like a cyborg, something like that.
He said he had a dream.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. That he was a cyborg?
And
Like,
I say,
did he just watch Terminator?
yeah,
or what?
I think so. and he said, I'll put my nickname like Cyborg. This is a strong and nice nickname.
Yeah, no, it's
And,
an
yeah,
awesome nickname.
Yeah. he got this nickname in 2000, no, not 2000, like 96, 97,
Uh-huh.
when he's like 18 years old. He started to do Vale Tudo.
Okay, yeah, that's an awesome nickname.
Oh yeah, strong.
Um, so what are some of your goals coming up? Like, what are some of your plans? Maybe 5 years down the line, or do you have any aspirations of one day opening up your own gym? What are some of your plans for the
Yeah,
future?
there's a plan like in the future,
Hmm.
like now I'm working here, I wanna support the gym or whatever, and then and the later maybe with the Carlos, you can open something like somewhere a big gym
Hmm.
and bring more coach. Maybe bring my brother one day to teach MMA.
Right.
Have a lot of things to show to a lot of people here.
You have a strong love for MMA, right?
Yeah.
Have you always been into MMA since you were little? Always?
No, just
No.
like street fights.
So even though you weren't training in the gym, you were training in the streets, right?
No, always at the gym.
Always
I
in the
had
gym.
on the school like 7, 8, 9, 10 years old.
Hmm.
Some fun in the school, but that's it. I never be on the street fighting. Like I
Oh,
just say
okay.
street fighter, but there's some like a little kid, in the school, but nothing. I never trained on the street. Never fight on the street after my 12, 13 years old.
Mm, okay, okay. Um, so now you are now that you're here in Houston, um, like what do you think about the like do you consider yourself now like a Houstonian? How long have you been here in Houston?
Since 2012, it'll be like
2012.
9 years.
So you're pretty. That's a long time.
Yeah, a
Are you
little
do
bit.
you feel fully like you're do you wear the cowboy hat and the cowboy boots or
Um,
listen to country music? Do you,
I think it's not my
you're
style.
still, you're still,
No, I like, but I never used before. Like the
uh-huh.
head or put some boots or something like that. I like sports. Like put shoes, shorts,
Yeah.
shirts.
Have you been following any fighters now? Do you watch a lot of UFC or Bellator or any of that stuff?
All events like
You watch
UFC, Bellator, One, Glory.
who are like some of your favorite fighters to watch?
To watch now,
Yeah.
I watch Chris Cyborg.
Yeah, she's really good.
Yeah, on this moment, Chris Cyborg. I like on the moment the Brazilian champion 185 in 185 and 205 on the Glory.
Oh, okay.
Alex Pereira.
Oh, yeah,
He's
he's
a great
nice.
fighter. And. I like the old school. Like we talked with you before about the K1 World Max,
Yeah.
K1 heavyweight.
Yeah, I never understood why K1 didn't take off here.
Yeah,
It's big, right? It's
yeah,
it,
it's,
is it
it's too big.
it's big in Brazil
It's
too, right?
big. It's going big now.
Hmm.
You know, it's a lot of people's going outside of the country to train, get like a good train, and back to Brazil.
I mean, it's been big in in Europe. It's in
Yeah, yeah, very big.
but for whatever reason, in America, like I went to an event, it was Glory,
Hmm.
and there wasn't that many people.
I know. Yeah,
I don't understand. These are incredible fighters.
yeah,
I don't know why people don't want to. I guess it's just different here in this country,
yeah. But USA they have a lot of great fighters here, kickboxing fighters.
Yeah.
It's a lot of guys. So I don't know why I think they have a lot of promotion here. I think they need
True.
more promotion. The people need more motivation to train, like events, something like that. No, Texas they don't have event here in Texas for
Yeah, I
kickboxing.
know. That's crazy.
The guy here they have to go like to other states to get fights.
Well, there you go. Maybe that's something you should do.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe you start to promote something here. You know.
Yeah, that sounds like an idea to make some money.
Yeah.
You know,
You know?
people like to watch people hit each other.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Also have a great fighting in Houston.
But
Have-
oh yeah, I
Mhm.
always see on the UFC, you know,
Yeah,
people from Houston, people
exactly.
from Texas. Um, yeah, it's a big MMA market. You know?
Yeah,
A lot of really good trainers, all the way from like Saul Solis. I don't
yeah,
know if you
yeah.
familiar with him, but
I know. Yeah, yeah, for sure. So he's a great coach and have a great team.
yeah, he was training Tito, Enrico,
Yeah, that
Randleman.
young guy now. He's Yanis.
Hmm. So yeah, it's I really do hope that somebody can make that happen. You know,
Yeah.
let's bring an MMA organization to Texas, to Houston specifically. Saul used to have one a while ago called Renegades. I don't know what happened to that. So somebody needs to jump on that.
Yeah, they had a legacy before, but
Legacy too, yeah.
They have no more legacy here in Houston.
Yeah, I don't know
They
what
have a
happened.
good event. The Fury is going big now too. Fury fighting.
Is that from Houston or? From,
Yeah, it's from here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a great event.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta check that out. I haven't been to an MMA event in a while for obvious reasons, but I got my vaccine, so I feel a little bit safer.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely have to check it out. Well, I know you have a class that's about to start. Agrimar, thanks again for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. And folks, y'all need to come check out Armor MMA on the southwest part of Houston. I will post the phone number in the info because I don't know it. Do you know the phone number off the top of your head?
No, sorry.
It's fine. We can check them. Actually, you can check them out.
Check on Facebook,
the website,
Instagram,
Facebook.
website.
What's the website? ArmorMMA.com?
Armor MMA, yes.
Okay.
And the Instagram is Armor MMA, and on Facebook.
Armor MMA, Facebook. So yeah, check these guys out. Hey, I really enjoyed it. I really had a good conversation. Thanks again for coming on the show.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right, folks. Y'all have a good one.